Hi everyone! Today we're going to whip up a delightful roll-up cake using strawberry jam or any jam you have on hand. And believe it or not, it bakes in just 10 minutes and will be ready to serve in under 20. So let's dive in and get started. I am currently using a stand mixer, but I will also demonstrate how to use a hand mixer, so bear with me. For those using a stand mixer, you will need to utilize this specific attachment. Begin by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius. To make the French Genoise or cake sponge, we will need 3 primary ingredients. 4 large eggs at room temperature, 120 grams of all-purpose flour, and 120 grams of granulated sugar. I am incorporating a touch of salt and enhancing the taste with vanilla extract. Feel free to omit the vanilla extract or substitute it with any other flavors you prefer. If you don't have a stand mixer, you can use the double boiler method. Start by adding water to a pot and bring it to a boil. Once it boils, reduce the heat to low to maintain warmth. Next, place a heat-proof bowl on top, ensuring it doesn't touch the water, as we only want to keep it warm, not to cook the eggs. This technique will assist you to tempering the eggs to achieve the right consistency for the cake to rise. Combine the eggs, sugar, and salt. Then begin whisking on low speed. We will increase the speed later on. When you observe a stand mixer, you will notice it always rotates in one direction. It's important to apply the same principle with a hand mixer. Avoid switching between right and left. Instead, maintain a consistent motion going in the same direction. Slowly increase the speed as you continue, because starting off at high speed can incorporate too much air into the batter, which may cause the cake to collapse during baking or end up with big bubbles. Add the vanilla extract before you increase the speed. I prefer using vanilla because it helps eliminate the egg flavor. Then gradually boost the speed until the egg mixture triples in size compared to its original volume. I prefer using my stand mixer because it makes the process much simpler. I can just let it handle the work while I do something else. For this recipe, you need to whisk for 8 minutes. I will show you how to determine when the mixture is perfectly ready. In the meantime, I'll get my baking sheet ready. I'm using butter to adhere the parchment paper to the baking sheet, as it's important for it to remain flat without any shrinking to ensure your cake to turn out perfectly. This baking sheet is just the right size for this recipe, which I will link in the description box. Let me explain how to tell when the mixture is ready. First, it should triple in volume and turn a pale yellow, almost white. The key indicator is that when you draw a ribbon on the surface of the batter, it holds its shape. This means it is thick and perfectly prepared for the next step. That's how you can confirm it's ready. And just to clarify, there is no baking powder involved. Achieving this consistency by whisking the egg will result in a light and fluffy genoise. Now it's time to incorporate the flour. Add it in 2 separate portions, ensuring that you sieve the flour over the mixture each time. Using a spatula, gently fold the flour in. The technique here involves scraping the sides and then the center, as the flour may settle at the bottom of the bowl. Here is an image of the same recipe prepared in a different cake mold. And as you can see, it turns out high and fluffy. The key is to avoid over-mixing when incorporating the flour, as this can diminish its volume. This French Genoise primarily consists of 3 ingredients, but you can easily modify the flavor by adding an extract or substituting some of the flour with cocoa powder. Once you have incorporated all the flour properly, it's important to stop mixing to avoid over-mixing. I didn't use any butter, oil, or anything else between the parchment paper and the batter. And since this batter is thick, you will need to flatten it out. Keep in mind that this thick batter won't spread on its own. I'm giving it a gentle shake to ensure it's flat, but be careful not to overdo it. I will bake it on the middle rack for 10 minutes or until the edges turn a gold brown and the toothpick insert in the center comes out clean. In the meantime, I have prepared a clean, damp kitchen towel and a baking sheet that matches the size of the cake. You can see me adding 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar here. I'm doing this because my jam contains less sugar than traditional jam. This step is for my followers who made my no sugar jam. If you're using a regular jam, feel free to skip this part. The cake is now ready. With its edge beautifully golden brown, it's time to roll it up. Carefully flip the cake upside down onto the prepared parchment paper, then gently peel away the other piece of parchment. This cake is incredibly soft and fluffy. It has never let me down and is quick and easy to prepare. My mom used to make it whenever we received a call from a friend or a family member saying they were on their way over for tea. You should roll it up while it's still hot to prevent cracking as it cools. Make sure to tighten it as much as possible. Then let it cool for a few minutes while we prepare the jam and fruits. Gently unroll the cake and spread the jam, making sure to begin by the edge where you will be rolling. Avoid applying the jam all the way to the end, as it will spread while rolling. The important part is to ensure that the genoise sticks together to seal at the end, so be careful not to let the jam overflow. Roll the cake tightly, as the more you secure it, the more beautiful it will turn out. Continue rolling until you reach the end. As you can see here, the jam has been pushed to the edge but hasn't overflown. For a stunning final appearance, trim the sides to showcase the lovely spiral shape. How beautiful! To embellish the cake, I utilize confectioner's sugar. It's important to ensure that the cake is completely cool before adding the sugar to prevent it from melting. I use 1 tablespoon of confectioner's sugar along with some fresh mint leaves, strawberries, and raspberries that I had on hand. Feel free to embellish it with anything you have at home. Just let your creativity flow and enjoy the process. If you enjoyed this recipe, I would greatly appreciate your comment and likes to support my channel's growth. Thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next video. Bye!